Initially, I wanted to make a video purely based on speculating about the release date, release window, etc, etc, pretty much just going over again what we had last time during the Nintendo Direct for Switch 2. Well, this morning, before I started working on the video, I saw on Discord that people are talking about news, and I was like, what news? And I scrolled a bit up, and I think you can already see here, last record update, 3rd of June 2025, 9 hours ago. Oh my goodness gracious, we have technically news, if you want to call them news. I would say so. So, while this video was supposed to be a very short one, it's going to be a bit longer because I want to talk about the updates to the SteamDB, at least the ones I have seen and I saw discussed about on the Discord. It's possible there might be some more that I just missed, but I'm not too sure. And then talk a bit about the supposed, well, what I think might be the release date or the release window, the more, smaller release window. So first, I would go over the update history because that's technically smaller. So we have changed trailers. This one to true. I'm not sure exactly what this would mean, but it's possible that there's a new trailer that's going to be released once we get the release date. Well, that's kind of obvious when you think about it, because as you can see, the one before that is the 2025 change to the copyright, to the legal line. Then we have a bunch of languages being added. Achievement languages, wait. Is this languages specifically for the achievements, or is this just like what it's called? Anyway, even if it's just for the achievements, or if it's the actual languages for the game, possibly it's talking about languages shown on Steam when you look at the game store page. But again, it's pretty big because if these are added, that means everything that has to do with text-wise has been completed and translated in all of those languages, right? Because otherwise, why would they add them unless they're finished or very, very close to being finished? Now, these change numbers, my best guess, based on the packages change, is that these are kind of like the candidates for release. The release candidates they have and they put on here. But then again, those haven't been changed. Well, they have been changed a couple times actually, now that I look up at it. And these could correlate to new builds being put on Steam for pre-release, for example. Next up, we also have the packages, which I feel like this is the biggest thing. I'm not really a developer on Steam or anything like that, but from what I've seen, this means that the game has been uploaded to Steam, the full game. 13 hours ago, store CD key Hollow Knight Silksong. Now, what Steam sub is, I'm not too certain. It's possibly, actually, it's an older build from the looks of it. If I click on it, intended for developers and publishers only, so I can't really see much about it. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I feel like with the packages, so supposedly the entire game being put on Steam as a build, and also the changes to the update history, adding all the languages and everything, I feel like every single day we're getting closer and closer to the release of the game. Speaking of which, I'm pretty much still in the same boat. I feel like, especially at this point, that June is a pretty good candidate for release. June to July. Now, we know that the game comes out in 2025 already. We know that in September, we have the Acme exhibition for Game Worlds, right? And we know there's going to be a build there. I still do not think that they would put the game there fully before it comes out, because to me, personally, it doesn't make much sense. It would be an insane hype campaign for the exhibition itself, but them as a developer, from my view alone, doesn't really make much sense to have that, because that gives some people who are able to buy a ticket to go to Australia the capability of playing the game early. If it's just, the 2019 demo but updated, that doesn't really matter. But yeah, a lot of people think, and including myself, that the game is going to come out before September. It's possible it could come out afterwards. So I feel like the end of the release window is still, sometime mid-September. But that entirely, in my opinion, depends on if we get any news at Summer Game Fest. Summer Game Fest is happening in a couple days, with the Xbox Showcase following a couple days later. Man, like the 6th and the 8th are going to be two humongous days for Silksong fans, because those are going to be pretty much the... Well, not necessarily the only place where you could see Silksong news, because Steam Cherry could go out of their way and give us a new trailer on their own channel. I'm not denying that, but Jeff has been saying multiple times that he wants to work with Team Cherry, which might lead to him giving them a free spot at Summer Game Fest, right? And then you also have the Xbox Game Showcase, which, well, Silksong has been pretty big when it comes to Xbox because of the Game Pass stuff. And I wouldn't be too surprised about Xbox wanting to get something from Team Cherry to showcase the game again, especially with it coming out soon in 2025. Because, like, Nintendo got something, and PlayStation, I don't think, ever got anything other than the store page existing. And if we do get something on the 6th or on the 8th, my estimate is going to be 2 weeks to 1 month after we get the release trailer. Why? Well, because the original Hollow Knight released 2 weeks after their release trailer. And I believe most, if not all, of the DLCs for Hollow Knight came out a month after the reveal of their release date. So, generally speaking, if they do go by that, we could see it in at most a month, so sometime in mid-July. It's entirely possible they might announce it now, but still have a September release. The smallest window right now should be 6th of June to 18th of September. So, beginning of Summer Game Fest to beginning of the Acme exhibition. Now, technically speaking, you could say that it's sometime in like 22nd of June to 18th of September to give that 2 week space. So to make sure, it would be 22nd of June to 18th of September, which is pretty much 3 months, right? At this point. Now, if we don't get anything at Summer Game Fest or the Xbox Showcase, it's entirely possible it could come out even after the Acme exhibition. It depends on when and where Team Cherry wants to showcase their game and put out the release date. There's a new Australian showcase for like specifically for Australian games, which Team Cherry could go to that, but that does happen after the Summer Game Fest and the whole thing at the beginning of June. So they could be there. Either they want to help this small showcase to grow bigger by showcasing their game there, or they could showcase it at that Summer Game Fest, Xbox Showcase, and the new one at the same time. Nobody's stopping them, if we're being totally honest, and that would be a lot of publicity, even if they showed the same trailer 3 times. My final verdict: between 22nd of June to the end of the year, honestly. I know that I've said that Team Cherry have mentioned, I think Les has mentioned that he doesn't like doing end of year releases. But to be totally fair, I'm also saying that we shouldn't take everything Team Cherry has said like at face value, because it's been so long since they've made some of those statements that they could have changed. Personally, I think it's going to be between 22nd of June to 18th of September. We'll see in a couple days if everyone's right, because everyone's thinking of that and everyone's in the summer squad or June cult. Yeah, the Discord is quite an interesting and fascinating place to be in. Well, if you did end up enjoying this video, why not leave a like, comment, or even subscribe. I want to thank you guys for watching and hope to see you all in the next one.